Oh, hey there.
Oh, hey there.
How's it going today, Kate?
It's going good.
I'm Bradley.
I'm Kate.
Like I said, and this is the History of Buffoons Origin of Weird.
That it is.
Kate didn't remember that we even had an episode for this.
I see it.
Did I do?
I saw it.
I hope so.
I've slept since then. Thankfully.
Yeah, well, you know.
We're going to talk about
Yes.
avoidable disasters
Okay.
with little or no loss of life.
Oh. Okay.
Well, originally it was no loss of life.
Oh.
And then when I dug a little deeper, I was like,
Maybe a little bit of loss of life.
Just one. Yeah.
Oh, dear. Okay.
So we're going to talk about a couple stories.
Right.
We're going to start with,
All right.
We're going to start in 1999
Oh, yeah.
when NASA had launched the Mars Climate Orbiter.
Okay.
It had a very clear mission. The spacecraft was designed to study the Martian atmosphere.
Like in the name.
And it was to gather it would gather data that would help scientists understand like the planet's climate and weather patterns.
Okay.
And to like serve as like a larger effort to explore Mars with a little bit more precision with all that data.
What do you think of like Elon Musk wanting to colonize Mars and get there?
I mean, he's welcome to go.
Why?
If he wants to go, he's welcome to go.
It's just weird, like some of the information that they've, not him on this part, but like that it used to have water and stuff.
Yeah.
It's, I mean, obviously a long time ago,
I
but
don't know. I think Matt Damon would tell us otherwise.
well, he ate poop potatoes.
Also, if anyone out there has not read the book The Martian by
Yeah.
Andy Weir,
Yeah.
you're missing out.
Well,
It's a great, great book. And they turned it into a great movie as well.
for sure. But the book
But
is,
the book is so good.
yeah, no, I get that. One thing that I would like to do more of is read, but I never seem to have enough time.
Yeah,
I'd love to read that book, but that movie is pretty fantastic.
it is.
I just saw a video of him, since we're getting off topic here, of Matt Damon saying, because he was cast to be in that movie after he was in Interstellar, which he calls it a cameo. I'm like, that's a pretty significant role in Interstellar. Mm-hmm. It's like, are you sure you really want to cast me in this? Because I was just in that.
Yeah.
But it was great. So,
Oh, yeah, he did a great job.
yeah.
Okay, so the orbiter represented years of work, careful planning, and a budget of roughly $125 million in 1999,
That's crazy.
which is about $230 to $250 million today.
That's wild.
So it was all directed towards a mission that depended on accuracy at every level.
Well,
That's NASA.
well, yeah, you're going to space and,
Yep.
and you're trying to get to another planet and, not crash and have shit work.
So the spacecraft itself performed exactly as it was supposed to
However,
for most of its journey.
okay.
It traveled millions of miles through space, following a carefully calculated trajectory
Okay.
that would bring it into orbit around Mars.
Right.
That trajectory, however,
Trajectory.
depended on precise calculations being shared between multiple teams of people,
Oh,
each responsible for different aspects of the mission.
gotcha.
Somewhere in that process, a mismatch occurred.
Uh-oh.
It went a little bit unnoticed for far too long.
Okay.
One team had been working in metric units,
Oh, God.
using the international standard that NASA has officially adopted.
Right.
Another team, however, was working in imperial units, using pounds of force instead of newtons.
Oh,
Newtons.
everyone knows you should use newtons.
So the difference between those systems was not super obvious at first.
Okay.
In that data being exchanged,
Right.
because everything else in the mission appeared to be functioning normally.
Okay.
So 1 pound of force is equal to 4.45 newtons.
Okay.
Okay, so if one team sends a value of 100 pounds per force, another team reads it as 100 newtons.
Yeah.
The actual force would have been like a 4.45 difference.
Oh, okay.
So it doesn't seem like a huge difference, but
When you're
when you
going
have
to
to be as
space,
precise as you
yeah.
need to be, that's, yeah.
I mean, any little deviation from what it's supposed to be would be significant in space travel,
Yes.
you know.
So as the spacecraft approached Mars, that small mismatch began to compound.
Okay.
The trajectory calculations that had been feeding into the navigation system were slightly off, not enough to trigger a concern, but enough to gradually alter the spacecraft's path.
Try and not say that again.
Yeah. So instead of entering orbit at a safe altitude, the orbiter descended too low into the Martian atmosphere.
Gotcha.
So the spacecraft immediately entered the atmosphere at the wrong angle and altitude, and within moments, it was gone.
Did it crash?
It either burnt up or kind of flitted off into space, not ever to be seen again.
Well, that's 120 whatever million gone and $1999. Well, that seems like it's funny because it's such a small difference,
Yeah.
but it's amazing what it did.
Yeah. Gone.
And they're just like, all right, back to the drawing board.
Yeah,
Hey, let's get on the same page here with our as Kate would say, Newtons. Wow. Well, that is weird because I mean, I feel like it's NASA. Figure how do you not know which one? Okay, that's weird. They wouldn't talk about, hey, which one are you using?
Which numerical system are you using?
Yeah, you using imperial or using what is the other one called?
Metric.
Just metric.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so now we're going to go to 1980.
Ooh, back in time.
Louisiana.
Oh, down south there in Louisiana, the bayou. Mm-hmm. Forrest Gump.
There was a drilling operation that set off a chain of events that would transform an entire landscape within a matter of hours.
Matter of hours?
The Lake Peigneur disaster began with something that did not seem super dramatic at the time.
However,
an oil company had been conducting drilling operations on Lake Peigneur, a body of water that on the surface appeared super unremarkable.
Okay.
But beneath that lake, there was a network of salt mines.
Oh,
and it was carved out over time and expanding far below the waterbed.
Yeah, I've heard about this actually, I think.
Have you?
I believe so.
So those underground spaces were stable as long as the layers above them remained intact.
Of course.
But they were never designed to withstand a direct breach from above.
No, God no.
So through a miscalculation, the drilling team placed their rig in the wrong location and punctured the roof of one of those salt mine chambers.
And wasn't there people down there working? Or am I misremembering?
I think they got out in time.
Okay.
Because I don't believe there were any deaths in this one.
Oh, good. Because being trapped under a lake in a salt mine and being flooded to death, I mean, I obviously drowned, but that would suck.
Yeah.
I would not want to do that.
So water from the lake began to pour into the mine, widening the opening and accelerating the flow in a way that could no longer be controlled. As water rushed downward, the process fed itself, pulling in everything around it. The lake began to drain, forming a massive whirlpool that swallowed not only the water, but also the drilling platform, nearby barges, and sections of land along the shoreline.
So I have a question. If this water from this lake is going into these salt mines, is it now an ocean?
Shut up.
Sorry. Salt water, you got it. We got there.
So trees tilted and disappeared and the ground gave away.
So did it plug up the hole? I mean,
it created a much bigger lake.
It did. Oh, so because of the whirlpool, it ripped apart the shoreline more or less, right?
Yeah.
And then it created that. How did it just not go away.
Plug itself?
Plug itself, or
Like
just
like a plug of hair?
Yeah, you ever like been in the shower and it's like, oh man, there's hair in that drain.
Gross.
Kate loves drains. She's told me this before. But I don't know. Either that, plug it up, or how much water was in this lake that it didn't just go, well, now it's water salt mines.
Water salt mines.
And it's dry up above. I don't know. I don't know what I'm trying to say.
So somehow, despite the massive and chaos, everyone did make it out.
Thank goodness.
The equipment functioned, the drilling followed its intended process, but the plan had just been built on incorrect positioning.
Yeah, so they were aware of the salt mines. They just they got their location wrong, more or less.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So there ended up being a legal battle between the oil company that drilled in the wrong place, the mining company that lost everything beneath the surface, and the landowners who watched their property collapse into it, all trying to figure out like who started this disaster by this little miscalculation.
I feel like it's the oil company.
In the end, the responsibility landed on Texaco, which was found liable and forced to pay out massive settlements to both the mining company and the landowners, while the workers who had depended on the mine were largely left out of that outcome, losing their jobs without sharing in the settlement.
See, how is that fair at all?
Exactly.
That's horse shit. Yeah. Because they're the ones making that, whatever mining company it was, money by working in these fucking mines. Yeah, their shit got fucked, but why aren't they a part of it? They lost their job because of it. And they're just like, well, we got ours. Let's move on to the next mine, boys.
Yep.
But we're not hiring you guys back. Fuck off. So what the shit, man? It's always the little guy that gets fucked.
Yep. But, so speaking of little guy.
Okay.
Have you ever taken a magnifying glass and tried to create like a beam of light and torch an ant or something?
Yeah, I'm a boy. I was a kid once.
I mean, I'm a girl, but yeah.
Like, oh my God. I think Xavier's even tried to do that. I believe.
Well, that happened on a larger scale in London in 2013.
That's not that long ago.
A modern skyscraper, officially known as 20 Fenchurch Street.
20 Fenchurch Street. Okay.
But is more commonly referred to as the Walkie-Talkie Building because it's narrow on the bottom and wide on the top, and so people think it looks like a walkie-talkie, so they call it the Walkie-Talkie Building.
Fair enough.
It had been constructed with a curved glass exterior that was narrow at the bottom, wider at the top.
Oh, dear.
Slightly curved.
Yeah.
And that reflected sunlight in a way that its designers had not planned for.
Foreseen, yeah.
The Walkie-Talkie Building turned into a solar concentrator, much like a magnifying glass.
Yeah.
The sunlight hit the curved surface.
No.
It was focused into a concentrated beam that reflected down to the street below.
Oh, dear.
The beam was intense enough to heat objects to the point of damage, warping metal, cracking tiles, and melting parts of parked cars.
That's wild. That is weird.
At certain times of day, the reflection would align in such a way that it created a hot spot on the street.
Right.
And a localized areas where these temperatures rose dramatically.
So when the sun obviously moves in the sky, did the spot move with it?
I think it was dependent on the sun where it is, but also where on the building it's hitting. Because remember, there was parts that were curved glass.
Yeah, no, I get it.
And I think it was part of that.
Right.
So I would imagine it moved a little bit.
Well, it would have to.
It would have to.
I would think.
But not the whole building was curved.
Well, good thing London is awfully rainy.
Yeah.
So did they have to fix this?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, dear.
So once identified, the problem was mitigated with modifications.
Right.
They actually put up scaffolding and protective coverings on the street temporarily while they figured shit out.
Right. They should have just put large blinds on it.
Well, they actually kind of did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's funny.
They added horizontal aluminum fins to the facade of the building.
Okay.
And these would break up and scatter the reflected light instead of focusing it.
Sure.
So,
yeah, it's just basically like slat blinds where you can turn them and
yeah.
All right.
But apparently a Jaguar that was parked on the street.
Not like the cat at the car?
No, the car had
Okay.
melted in spots.
Well,
And the developers agreed and did pay £946,
ooh.
which is about $1,300 in 2013,
Okay.
or $1,900 now
Okay.
for repair costs.
Sure.
So,
Interesting. Wow, that is weird because I mean, how would you have you're designing, creating this building. I've got a splendid idea, old chap. Let's put some curvature to our glass and not even understand that.
yeah,
Oh, fuck. We're melting shit.
melted shit.
I mean, that is weird.
Isn't
Because
it?
how would you have, I mean, I wouldn't have never thought of that.
No.
That's just crazy. Not saying like I'm a super smart man and would have thought of that, but
Yeah.
just never even would have fucking crossed my mind that like, oh shit, dude, we're melting that Jaguar.
You see that beam of light down there?
That's not good, is it?
Oopsie-daisies.
We should probably go.
All right, so now we're going to go way back in time.
Oh dear.
1628.
That is a bit back, yeah.
Sweden launched what was intended to be one of the most powerful warships of its time.
Okay.
The Vasa warship
Vasa.
had been built to project strength and dominance, and was equipped with an array of cannons designed to serve as a symbol of the naval capability.
You said Switzerland?
Sweden.
Sweden. Sorry. For some reason, Switzerland went into my head. I'm like, I know that doesn't sound right.
So the king of Sweden at the time, Gustavus Adolphus,
I love that name.
that is a great name.
Gustavus. That's
Adolphus, yeah.
That's awesome.
He made these demands. So he was deeply involved in military expansion. He wanted a warship that projected power, dominance, and intimidation. So he wanted more cannons.
Oh no!
It was originally
Did he put too many cannons?
even doing cannons.
No.
It was originally designed one gun deck, and then the king pushed for 2 full gun decks,
Oh my word!
which dramatically increased the weight higher up into the ship.
Of course.
He wanted it bigger, and he wanted it more impressive, and he wanted it to look powerful.
He wanted it to be intimidating.
He also
instead-
wanted a faster completion time.
So let's cut corner, boys.
So Sweden was actively at war. It was the 30 Years' War. So there was pressure to finish quickly.
Sure. I mean, I can understand that at least, but dude, maybe just one deck of cannons would have been enough.
So as more cannons were added, the ship's weight distribution shifted,
Of course.
raising its center of gravity. Concerns were raised during construction, and even informal tests suggested that the ship might not be able to handle strong winds.
Well, yeah,
And
especially because back then it's not like you have a motor; you have sails.
Yeah.
That's how you moved. It's not like they had engines, so it's like that fucking wind. Whoa! It's like holy Christ, that would just be. Oh man, what an idiot!
So, despite those warnings, the project moved forward.
Of course.
On its maiden voyage,
Yeah.
in calm conditions,
Okay.
the Vasa set sail with crowds watching from the shore.
Did they break a bottle of champagne on there?
It had barely traveled a mile when a gust of wind
no.
caused the ship to tilt.
Did it capsize?
Water began to enter through the open gun ports, and
Of
with its
course.
compromised stability, the ship was unable to correct itself. And within minutes,
Bless me.
it sank, settling to the seabed in full view of the crowd.
Is it still there today?
I don't know. I didn't look
wonder.
into that.
And let's go to Sweden. On this tour of Sweden, we have the Vasa.
The Vasa.
It
But I-
lasted 1 hour.
Yeah, but I think so I read that no one died. I also read that about 30 people died. So
Well, I mean, if they
I'm just
were-
going to say 30 people died.
Let's cut it in half. 15. I have no idea. But like, again, they were not that far out of port or whatever. But
Yeah.
you're
We
still in
don't-
the
yeah.
ocean. Someone could have got stuck somewhere.
Yeah.
Whatever. You don't know.
Yeah.
So there is a high probability that a few people might have died.
Yeah.
Whether it's 0 or 30, who knows? But I would imagine there's a good chance that they maybe could have died.
Yeah, I think so.
Which
yeah.
is too bad.
So that's the avoidable disasters.
So make sure you use the proper units with your cohorts.
Yep, NASA.
Fuck curved glass.
Fuck curved glass.
And
don't drill too far down.
Don't drill too far down.
Well, it's not even that. It was just a mislocation.
I'm sorry. Let's rephrase.
Yes.
Drill in the right spot.
Drill in the right spot.
And less is more. I'm just saying. So, well,
I suppose.
All right, buffoons. That's it for today's episode.
Buckle up because we've got another historical adventure waiting for you next time. Feeling hungry for more buffoonery? Or maybe you have a burning question or a wild historical theory for us to explore?
Hit us up on social media. We're History Buffoons Podcast on YouTube, X, Instagram, and Facebook. You can also email us at historybuffoonspodcast@gmail.com. We are Bradley and Kate. Music by Corey Akers.
Follow us wherever you get your podcasts and turn those notifications on to stay in the loop.
Until next time, stay curious and don't forget to rate and review us.
Remember, the buffoonery never stops.